I've just come out of Portcullis House, where leading figures on the right of the party have been discussing the proposed legislation and deciding whether or not they cannot or can support it. Mark Francois, the leading voice of the Brexiteer ERG group, has just come out of that chamber, that Star Chamber meeting where they went through the details of the bill, and he said, in summary, the bill provides a partial and incomplete solution. The leading voice of the New Conservatives, Danny Kruger, went on. He said the bill doesn't work yet and we're hopeful the government will come forward with improvements. And Simon Clarke, another leading voice on the right of the party, a former cabinet minister under Liz Truss, said this is a very concerning report. That's the report they've put together analysing the bill. He says it sets out a number of quite clear and specific challenges to the government on whether this legislation works. He goes on to say there's no point, frankly, litigating this issue unless it does work. We have some very clear issues here which need to be resolved. I really hope the government will respond with amendments which do allow us to support the bill. So what we've got here is leading figures on the right of the party coming out. The conclusions are clear. They are not happy with the bill as it stands. Now, the crucial question isn't the meat of the bill in terms of the detail of that, but rather, can they get the government to amend the bill before the vote tomorrow at 7 p.m. in order to support? And what we're seeing here is the turning of the screw. When we asked Mark Francois, yeah, but are you going to support the bill or will you abstain? He simply said, we're not getting into the meat yet of how to vote. There's a lot of time between now and 7 p.m. tomorrow. So what the right of the party are clearly doing is saying to the government, we've analysed this bill, we're not happy with it how it stands, and we need you to tighten it up, make amendments to it to satisfy us that this will be able to genuinely get those flights off to Rwanda without repetitive legal challenges. So this now a real headache for the Prime Minister. They're not saying they'll vote against, but they are saying that they need serious amendments before the reading. Just to recap, the Prime Minister at the 1922 meeting last week of backbench MPs made it very clear he is not amending this bill. So while he's in the COVID inquiry, there is a nightmare unfolding for him here in Parliament. There will be a meeting of the One Nation Conservatives, that's the mainstream group of the party, at 6 p.m. We expect to hear from Damien Green. I'm hoping to get hold of him about 7 p.m. tonight, where they'll give their verdict. And then the right of the party are meeting again, and Robert Jenrick will address them there, as we understand it, meeting in Danny Kruger's office. So representatives from all of the groupings on the right, they number 100 MPs plus, meeting again at 6 p.m. tonight to discuss further. A very live story, very unclear at the moment what will happen. But to put some balance into it, because we've only heard from one wing of the party, a figure in the One Nation group, I asked them this today about how they thought this vote may go. They said to me it will probably pass, but amendments will split the party again, so the government would do well to resist them. So one side of the party saying resist the amendments, the other side saying they absolutely have to go through. The Prime Minister only has to have 29 rebels for the bill to fall, and if, say, 57 or so MPs abstain, it also falls as well. So this is a huge moment and test of authority for Rishi Sunak, and at the moment I'm not sure how he resolves the splits.